For most, love and marriage has always been a guiding influence of life. Different types of conditions and objects have played a significant role for and during a marriage. Historically, during the 15th century, in many countries before a marriage could take place, there was a meeting arrangement between the families of the marrying couple and lawyers. This meeting was intended for the signing and witnessing of any settlements drawn up by lawyers and to negotiate on the dowry that the bride's family had to present before the wedding. During the meeting, they also discussed how a couple were to fund their future lives together. Merriam-Webster, since 1828 dictionary, defines dowry as law, the money, goods, or estate that a woman brings to her husband in marriage. During this period, what the woman brought to the marriage was also referred to as her portion. Sometimes dowries consisted of livestock, property, cash, bedding, and pewter. Social class was a value as well, but no matter what her value was, the bride was always expected to bring something to the marriage aside from her home management skills. Entering the 16th century, the preconditions of marriage relaxed, but some families were still expected to bring a small contribution or resource to help the couple get their lives started. After all, love was also an influence of marriage. Lorenzo Lotto painted Marsillo Cassotti and his bride Faustina in 1523. This painting is the first known marriage painting produced in Italy. A note from Lotto survives. It reads, Habiti de seta, scuffiotti and ecolani, which translates to silk dresses, caps, and necklaces. In the painting, the couple appear to be in the act of getting married, as Marsillo appears to be placing a ring on Faustina's finger. The couple is centered in the painting. The location is unknown, as the painting is illustrated chiaroscuro, otherwise known as a dark background with an unknown source of light. Lotto placed a cupid, or arrows, behind the couple in the act of placing a yoke on the shoulders of the couple, as a symbol of their marriage. From the yoke grows laurel leaves. These are a common symbol of fidelity and virtue. Faustina is dressed in red. This was a popular color for Venetian brides, and she wears a pearl necklace as a symbol of her submission to her husband. She wears a pin with the picture of Faustina the Elder, who was recognized as the embodiment of the perfect spouse. The painting was commissioned by the groom's father and stayed with the family until the 17th century, when it was taken to Spain. Little is known in regards to the marriage conditions and negotiated dowries of the young couple, but because their marriage took place in the 15th century, it is likely that the families participated in typical dowries and written settlements. In 1662, Gonzalez Coques painted Married Couple in the Park. It's a marriage portrait, typical amongst the middle and wealthy class in Antwerp, Belgium. Although the figures portrayed in the painting are unknown, the painting is undoubtedly a marriage portrait. The painting's primary focus is a man and woman and a dog. They are situated at the front of the painting. They appear to be at a park. Towards the back of the painting, you can see statues, trees, and another man and woman sitting on what could be a bench. The woman in the back is playing or attempting to play a stringed instrument, likely to be a lute, since these were popular instruments played during wedding ceremonies during the 16th and 17th century in Europe. The man and woman in the front are standing close to each other. The man gently holds the woman's hand, which is holding what appears to be a red carnation flower. Red carnations in paintings are usually depicted as a symbol of love. A carnation could also symbolize earthly love and marriage in Low Countries. She is wearing a ring on the thumb, which has long been considered a symbol of wealth. The clothing they wear is elegant, as a clue that the figures are part of a wealthy family in Antwerp. The woman is wearing pearls, another symbol of love and attachment to her husband. The man holds his other hand out, almost as though he is presenting or showing off his bride. The dog is laying on the floor, looking up at the man. A dog has often been considered a symbol of guidance, protection, faithfulness, alertness, and love. There is very little known about the symbolism of the statues towards the back of the painting, as they were placed outside of primary focus. In my opinion, they were placed there to demonstrate that they are in a park, but like many statues and paintings, they add a touch of elegance to the painting, appropriate for a marriage portrait. Because very little is known about the figures portrayed, it's undetermined what conditions or dowries were provided before the ceremony. But because preconditions and dowries were more relaxed during the 16th century, it's a possibility that it was easier for couples to get married during the 16th century versus the 15th century, where dowries and settlements were difficult to obtain if you were part of a lower or not well-known family. One can only wonder if the infamous quote, "He who marries for love without money has good nights and sorry days," has origins dating back from the 15th century.